I got sent this graphic capture from a phone from someone today saying, should they run this test? Is this legitimate or not? And so what I did is I used that text and went in and looked it up, and it said, no, it's probably not legitimate. It's probably a scammer thing. The AI told me about that. Okay, so this evening, the person that sent me this screenshot said, as a text message, said they'd gone there because they were looking at something, a news article about changes in rules for people over the age of 70 in relation to their licence. So this evening I went and found that I had a notification on my Google notification area. This is your notification area there, all right, saying much the same thing, all right. So I went and had a look. I'll just go quickly and show you. And when I went to that notification, it came up with this screen saying 70 plus licence renewal changes, Australia's licence renewal changes for 70 plus drivers explained. And of course, when you touch on it, it takes you to that same screen, right? Android security. The security system has detected a wiretap on your phone. Run a file check on your device. Run a test. Well, obviously that is a scam. They're just trying to get you to do something, and they're obviously factoring in these people over the age of 70 because I think they're more susceptible, I suppose. Anyway, when I was on that page, I decided to do a swipe down. If you swipe down on the screen like that, this won't work on this screen at the moment because this is just screenshots I'm showing at the moment. But when I did a swipe down from that screen, it came up with that screen. And again, it says Australian licence cancelled rule. Traffic laws changed. Well, one of the things that's a bit of a clue to me to start with is that we don't have Australian traffic laws. We have individual state traffic laws. But I don't know. Perhaps they've got together. And why would they put a photo of our Australian Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, on that? Although I notice there's a lot of fake news and a lot of scam things now that uses his photo. Obviously, that same photo. I swiped down again and I got another one. License after 70, big changes. I did it again. I found another one. And I haven't gone to each of these pages, but each of them basically seemed either to take you to that sort of a thing there, which is inducing you to run some sort of a file on your program on your device, or alternately they take you to pages that got lots and lots and lots of ads, probably what's nowadays called clickbait. Okay, all right. So I went a little bit further and did a search and found some of this stuff. Let's have a look here. All right. Australian driving renewal changes. All right. So it says Australian license renewal changes. That's that same thing. It's actually Google has picked it up as a link. Picked it up as when you do a search, it links to that. All right. Also, shorter period for license changes. That might be a valid one. I don't know. Other ones there. Renewing your license after 70. What Centrelink's new mobility rules means? I don't know if that's what anything to do with it. New driving rules for over 60s. So over 60s, not 70s. All right. New driving Australian licence renewal changes for 70 plus drivers explained. Okay. And quite a few of them. And most of these, some of them may be legitimate, some may not. I'm not sure. So what I did another search, all right, and I came up with this screen, this page, and I can't talk about. And once again, it's got a photo of Anthony Albanese, and this particular one says there's 60 plus new driving laws take effect in Australia from August 2025. What you must know, and about this person that we wrote it on August the 13th. So I don't know if it takes place on the 31st of August or the 1st of August. Anyway, let's see what it says. Starting August 2025. So I imagine that would be the 1st of August. Perhaps it's the end of August, don't know. It talks a whole lot of changes. Anyway, there's all those changes. Different changes in speeds, etc., etc., etc. Seatbelts, speeding, traffic lights, health checks. And so this one says drivers aged 60 and up, right, will face medical and vision tests, and then another at 70, repeating every 3 years. These exams make sure older drivers still meet safety standards. Miss the appointment and your license and insurance may be at risk. Okay. So is it legitimate? Don't know. Still don't know. All right. I know the one that sends you to a fake thing that tells you that you're not going to get that you're going to get that you've got to run some sort of security check is definitely a fake one. But are these ones fake ones? I don't know. Getting hard to tell now. All right. So what I decided to do was do a bit more of a search. So I'll just go into here and my website, and I'll just come back to which one I want to go to. This one. I've already been to that one. I found, okay, going back there, an article written by supposedly Sydney criminal lawyers. Now, I don't know who Sydney criminal lawyers are. I've looked at it in the past, and I'm not sure if Sydney criminal lawyers are a legal firm or it's a website that just refers you to lawyers. And I'm not sure how valid it is. But supposedly they've got new road rules and driving offences coming into effect across Australia, and it's by Emma Starr, and it's fact-checked. All right? Wonder where she got her facts from. Anyway, so once again, this talks about some of the changes, etc., and it also talks about where I can find it, harsher penalties, etc., speed limit changes, one of the things it talks about EV laws. New South Wales will introduce electric vehicle only lanes on highways, which will apply during peak traffic hours. I don't know why that would be, but anyway, I don't know yes or no. This is it, information. I don't know if this is a legitimate website. Traffic offences, and it also says somewhere here, senior medical assessment. Senior medical assessment, again. Drivers aged 60 and over will be required to undergo mandatory medical and vision tests every 3 years until the age of 60. So I thought I'd better go to the source of the information. So the real source of information, if someone's going to have these rules and that, it would be on the website of the Motor Traffic Authority of the appropriate states. So what I decided to do was go to the one for Queensland. Which one? That's New South Wales. That's Queensland there. And it talks about driving when you're 75 and over. It says in Queensland there is no age limit on driving if you can drive safely. However, if you're 75 or over, you must always carry a current medical certificate when driving. If you do not have a medical certificate, etc., then you've got to get a medical. I knew about that one. I was quite aware of that. But it doesn't say anything about having to have a medical test, right, if you're 60 and over. Perhaps the 60 plus is talking about the 60 changes in rules and not that. And some people got confused, including that legal form. Who knows? Perhaps it's not only, it's talked about Australia-wide, so perhaps it doesn't apply in Queensland, but it does apply in New South Wales. So I went to the New South Wales site and I looked. So this is the New South Wales one. I don't know. Older drivers and rider assessment. Okay, so it says here, older drivers and riders practical on-road test designed to assess your driving capability. After a certain age, you need to sit for a driving test, etc. Doesn't specifically say anything about having to do a medical or an eye test, but it just says that. But the age I was talking about here is 70, 75 and 85. Nothing about 65. Perhaps it is somewhere on the page. I'm not just finding it. One of the issues with all this seems to be, to me, that the problem seems to be that there's information that these scammers are picking up, and some of it's true, but some of it's false. They use that to entice you to go to a scam webpage, and then other people are picking that up, including Google's AI. If you look around, you find the AI actually has picked up information about this, saying that there's new rules for 60 plus. Perhaps there is, I don't know. Very, very difficult to ascertain. All I'm saying is nowadays it's getting to the stage where information on the internet is very, very difficult to verify. I suppose if it's government information, you've got to go to the government websites, and they're pretty crap anyway. For example, this one, there could be something else on the New South Wales one. If I did a search on it, perhaps there is something for over 60. I don't know. All I'm saying is don't click on these sites that tell you to click on things and do that thing that I mentioned before, which was, what was it? These ones here. Don't go to these ones where it's telling you to do this. Android security. Security has detected a wiretap on your phone. Run a file check on your device. Run the test. Do not run a test. Right? Don't do anything like that. Right? And otherwise, just take care. And I'm not even sure myself how much valid the information that I'm being presented is. Got any questions? Email me. And perhaps I might find out more information later on. Bye.